What's up, y'all? What's good? Welcome to the What Up Though Show. It's your boy Dame D.
Hey, your girl, DJ Shawnee D.
Today we're going to be talking about the auto industry. Has the auto industry and the union failed its workers? DJ Shiny D, I'm gonna go ahead and let you start it off. But first, I'll ask this first question. Since the signing bonus of 2023, it seemed like the CEO and the owners have went left, has went another direction, than what the workers and the union wants to go. So I'm gonna let you lead it off with that. So give me your opinion and tell me what you think about that.
Well, I would make a correction to what you just said. You said what they want and what the union wants. How do we know that this isn't what the union wants? Like, how do we know that the union isn't on the take? I've always felt that way. I've always felt like we were underrepresented. And if they're to be my attorneys in case of whatever case, they are doing the worst job and they would not still have a job with me.
Right. See, and what I mean by going left, um, since signing of the contract of 2023, there have
Mhm.
been layoff and definitely layoffs and firings everywhere. Especially this upcoming year. I believe SHAP itself just had over 2,000 and something workers cut over at the plant where we at. We just had a tremendous amount of people cut. And our union. It just some stuff, just a leveling just went on at our plant. And it was a lot of stuff, a lot of promises that were made to some of the workers that were in certain departments that they would not get booted and kicked out of their positions. I want to talk to you about that. What do you think? Do you think the union could have did a better job at holding those positions for those workers that were in those departments? Because they told those workers that at one point that there was no way that they can get once they signed for those jobs that they can get kicked or booted out of their position. But that was a lie. We just found that out over 2 weeks ago with the leveling of the plant.
It's called bumping.
Right.
And when I was trying to bump 2 years ago, I was told that there was no bumping,
Right.
right? So the union bumped when they wanted to bump and for who they wanted to bump for, but they did it secretly. But me, because I was not a person that people really liked or understood or whatever, I didn't get to bump anybody. I didn't get to move. They wanted to keep me on. When my job was eliminated, they wanted to keep me on the same line for almost 2 years and would not let me move anywhere else because of their personal feelings.
Right.
And when this contract came up, I asked, standing outside on break, I asked what everybody was going to do because I was trying to be a team player. My thing was they're telling us with the few things that we are getting, but they're not telling us what we're losing. What are we losing? And they were never really clear about that. We would never get anything in writing from the union. They would post the $3,500 signing bonus. They would
Right.
post this. They would post the cars that the employees could get, but they weren't
Yeah, they made
posting
they
what
made the
we
contract
were
look
losing.
they made the contract look really good to people who didn't read indefinitely, on the contract, because like you said, they didn't list a lot of the things that were taken away, and and to be known this year, we're seeing a lot of job loss. So my next question to you, do you think the union has done its job trying to fight keeping these jobs for some of the employees that were laid off? Do you think the union has any fight or any power in that move that Stellantis went with laying off all these workers?
First of all, I am so anti of our place of employment union representation. I am because I've gotten little help here and there, but I have lost my job 4 times, and 3 times I got it back without the union.
Oh wow.
So I'm just saying, like, what they don't, I don't really understand what they serve because I read the book. I can fight for myself. I know how to write and speak, and I can speak their language. So if I can do all of that, we got union representations that work around thousands of people and won't carry a journal or a book to write down everything. They don't even have a copy of the policy itself. So how are they fighting for you? I'm lost.
Yeah, and like I said, we're waiting for other UAW members to join us. I definitely hope, a few people come in and speak their thoughts and give their opinion, because I don't think the union itself is fighting for its union workers. A lot of things that just happened with this leveling, a lot of people were up under, the wrong under the wrong understanding. Like I said, I was one of the people. I didn't think that, I understand I understand the leveling and I understand seniority, but certain things were allowed for certain things to happen in a certain group of people, I think, to be let in to bump out, a group of people. And that's what happened. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think the union is fighting for what do you think about the union fighting for the people that have been laid off indefinitely for these bonuses that's getting ready to come up for Christmas? I think that's wrong. I think those people were in the plant. They help towards the profit sharing, which I believe they'll get money towards the profit sharing. But this is the wrong time to be laid off. You got Thanksgiving coming up, you got Christmas coming up. And a lot of people were looking forward to getting these bonuses. During the holidays. So give me your opinion. What do you think about that? Do you think it was a fucked up situation that the union could have fought a little bit harder for these people to now that's been indefinitely laid off to get this money on their way out the door?
I don't know. I don't have any confidence in the union.
Okay.
I really don't. So I would never answer that question positively.
Right.
I don't see that union fighting for us really at all. I think that when we first came to this plant, everything was done wrong. Everything was done wrong. They allowed people to get, they held positions for people to get in these positions. So
Correct.
that meant that since you're holding it, you got lower seniority people in higher seniority jobs. That has always been my issue.
Right.
So when it was happening to me 2 years ago, I really had to fight by myself
Right.
because nobody understood what I was going through because they were settled where they were.
Right.
It isn't until it starts happening plant wide now everybody's
Now
starting
everybody's
to see
concerned.
what has always been everybody. It isn't a concern until it happens to you. So
Right.
I do think us as members, we have to be more in tune with our constituents, with our co-workers, when they are going through things. Like if somebody is doing you wrong, then I need to be prepared to stand up for you.
Right.
That's what I thought that this was going to be. I've always heard that these plants are like families and they look out for one another. But when I was being done wrong, all I get called was a snitch
Mm.
because, oh, how you gonna tell on union members? Or I'm telling on union members because they are doing wrong shit. That's why. And it
Right.
and it affects me and my money. That's why I'm telling. So
Right.
I don't think that the union backed me up with that part of it. I think that they didn't want to rock the boat per se. So what they did was they tried to appease both sides, but nothing was ever handled.
Yeah.
Nothing was ever corrected.
See, and I think that's what's going on. That's exactly what happened to you is what's going on now. It was never
Mhm.
corrected. The leveling of the plant should happen 4 years ago. We should not
Before
have
Trenton
been going through
came,
this.
before Warren Truck closed,
Right,
before
exactly.
everybody, all these other plants closed and were able to come in and bump us out of our positions,
Right.
we should have been able to transfer or level out
Right. Yeah.
the lowest of it.
I think the union did not do their job far as trying to level that plant. It's like they waited for this situation to happen, and this happened at the wrong time. They brought all these high seniority people in and this was a new plant. This was a plant that was set up for non union workers, people off the streets to come in, so I don't think a lot of these people did not know that they would be out of a job within 2 years. Well, I'll say the contract happened in well, they signed that contract with the city in what 20 was it
2020,
2020, right? Right.
2020.
So
Mhm.
we're 4 years off into the contract, and most of those Detroit workers are probably indefinitely laid off now. And that's what
Mhm.
it seemed like, that's what they were going towards. And all the people that they brought in that 2020 class, now that class is in jeopardy of losing their jobs. So, I do have another
Yeah.
question. I also want to mention that for the workers that's been indefinitely laid off, and for the workers that's been laid off, there is a such thing as hardship that you can actually go and apply for. That's what you pay your union dues for. That's what the union is for. So check off into that if you're having any problems, with your rent, your mortgage, or your utilities. So definitely check off into that. So yeah, you have anything else to add to this, LaShawn?
I do. I actually think that a lot of people don't know that you can actually sue your union representation. They
Okay.
have insurance for this particular reason because your job is to represent me. And if I can prove that you've been negligent or that I've been underrepresented, I can sue you personally, like you.
Okay, wow, yeah, because
I-
I didn't even know that. It's been a lot of, and I'm glad you brought that up because union dues have went up without, any
Mhm,
representation. I
mhm.
believe we're paying basically close to $100 now since that contract. You know,
Yeah,
and that's crazy.
ridiculous.
And the representation we've been getting around there is horrible. So like I
Well,
said,
I can
my
say this. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
go
sorry. I
ahead,
didn't mean to
go
interrupt
ahead.
you,
No,
but
I was just getting ready to say
I
I
do want
wish.
to say.
Go
Oh, go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead. I think they're overworked. It's not that I think that these representatives are bad people, but I think when you give one person 600 people or more, and there is a lot of unrest in a department, it is a lot. I think each line should have its own union rep, and then that way things can get accomplished because it's hard to accomplish, so many gripes and grievances and complaints, because you got 600-700 people, but you also not walking around with a journal. Like I said, you're not writing nothing down.
Yeah,
I
so
I, I
and I agree
it's
with you
crazy.
100%. Unless you know that person by name, itself, like you said, they're not jotting stuff down. So a lot of
No.
stuff is gone unheard, unquestioned, or even worked on. You know, my next question to you, I've lost my train of thought on that part, but go ahead and while I remember what
And
I was getting ready to
I
say.
just it's okay. I also feel like things were the union let a lot of stuff happen when we first got there, and they saw that these things were happening, and they did nothing about it. So that when people filed grievances and complaints against people, and they had proof of it, now it is our fault,
Right.
kind of, because y'all brought the heat down. Well, we tried to talk to y'all. I've tried to talk to everybody about what was going on. And I think that they did wrong in the opening of this plant, because what they should have done was got experienced people who were not from Detroit to come and be supervisors. This is what I feel.
Okay.
Because when you bring people from the same plant, of course they're going to fraternize. Of course, they're going to look out for the people that are from the same plant or that they knew. And that's just human nature to kind of look out for who you know.
Right.
But if you would have brought outsiders in from like Toledo or the further out plants, Belvedere or something, and had them, then they didn't know anybody. And then they can just do their jobs. I was on the line where a supervisor had a girl pregnant on the line and had another girl on the other line. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of nonsense that we've had to deal with on top of just being at work every day.
Right. See, and I
You
think a
know,
lot of that, what you're talking about, had to do when they were hiring within, the company with supervisors. But yeah, I can agree with you on that. So but yeah, the union definitely has a lot to work on, in the near future, because it's going to be a wreck when we get ready to go back. They've been training people that has not been on the line in over 4 to 5 years, and they expect for them to learn all this stuff in a week and then be off for 1 week and come back to learn all this stuff. So it's getting ready to be total chaos, and then not only that, you have these 66 C transfers that's getting ready to go into effect. Some people's been granted, some people has not been granted. What I can see going out there, that's in my eyes, what I see. You have a lot of high seniority people that's out there in production. So the writing is on the wall. I don't want to, get to discouraging a lot of people, but from what I'm seeing, and from what I'm hearing, it's getting ready to be, I believe, one more wave of cuts getting ready to come up, because I believe they just got rid of the January and February of 2021, and they're getting ready to work on one more class, and I believe that may be it for now. But it's getting ready to be a lot of chaos with these transfers. So give me your opinion on what you think. What's getting ready to go on with these transfers, and how do you think the build of the plant is going to be with all these repairs that's getting ready to go on, because you're getting ready to have a lot of people that's not been in certain departments, that's getting ready to be in departments that's not been there, and it's about to be a lot of chaos. So give me your opinion, give me your input on what you think, with people being misplaced within weeks and then expect to learn these positions within 2 weeks.
To me, I think that the expectation has always been for employees to learn jobs quickly. So I don't think that that's any different than what's always been the expectation. I don't think that what's about to happen is going to be any more chaos than that's been going on. It's
Okay.
been chaos in there. It just hasn't affected everybody.
Right.
Now it's just affecting a larger range of people, and now everybody is starting to see what is really going on, what
Yeah.
has been going on. These 66 Cs, I put in for 66C 4 times, and it's been rejected. But people have been getting 66 Cs. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? People
Yeah.
have been transferring to different departments because evidently they are liked. They go along with the flow. I do not. I can't follow dumbness. So when it's something dumb, I got to say something about it. And the fact that I advocate for myself means that they don't want me. You know what I mean? Like they are holding me hostage. I have to stay where I am. So I really don't see ever moving out of where I am right now, because unless I'm bumped, because I am very disliked
Yeah, no,
for
I say
advocating for
definitely
myself.
stay. Trust me, I say definitely stay where you're at now.
Hmm.
In your department. Because if you're safe there, definitely stay there. Because like I said, it's getting ready to be some more bumping, I believe. Not in your department, but I forget the department coming up soon when we get back. So it's getting ready to be some more disruption. But I want to talk a second before we end this about the CEO, Carlos Tavares. Tell me what you think about this guy. They did not resign his contract. So a lot of people, and it's been reported, that's going to be a big turnaround for the company. It'll get back to how things were before he got there. And we also still profited $9 billion with the help of this employee leasing. We did not talk about that yet, but
Hmm.
before we get off into that, give me your opinion about um, Carlos Tavares and them not re-signing his contract.
Well, I think the fact that he gave himself a raise and that he is ending so many jobs, that tells you enough right there. He is a businessman,
Right.
and I'm not a racist, but he is a white business. I don't expect for every white businessman to understand my plight and my journey in life. So him getting rid of jobs and giving himself more money is what I expect for people, especially under this kind of greed kind of government that we have. They're just everybody's really just taking advantage of what they can and then getting out. You
Yeah,
know, he
and
can
that
work 1 year and then he don't have to work no more. And
right,
so
and
the
that's
fact that they're not
crazy.
renewing his contract, so what?
It's not
You know,
affecting
he's
or hurting
already put
him.
his money
How
where it goes.
exactly? And I agree with you 100%, LaShawn. How could the union or how could the company even allow for the CEO to give its own self a raise? Meaning that um,
Well, the
it
board decides that. The union doesn't decide that. The board decides if the CEO gets a raise and who gets a raise.
right,
So we get what they're doing, but you're talking about even Sean Fain. Sean Fain is still a white businessman. I don't expect for him to understand. I don't care how many years he worked there. I don't expect for him to know my journey, my personal journey in life. So, since I don't get a pension anyway, this is really just another job. It is not going to be the end of the world. We might struggle, we might have to get two jobs, whatever we have to do, but this is not going to break me because they decide that they want to be greedy. That is for them and God to handle because I don't see anybody else coming up and handling it.
yeah, because I agree
He's
with you
got his
one.
money
I
already.
yeah, I agree with you 100%. It's nothing but greed. How could the board even allow for this man to give himself an own raise? That's like me and you trying to give our own selves a raise within the company. It's not going to happen. So
Well,
but yeah,
what if you think of it like this? Say for instance, and I'm not saying that this is happening, but I'm saying from a business aspect of it. If I just gave myself $50 million a year for my annual salary and the board approved it, I could afford to give the board $1 million each.
off top, yeah. So
you,
I
you see what I'm
guarantee you,
saying?
yeah, and
So everybody is making money. You
money off
can't
of that,
tell
yeah.
me that yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
They
guarantee
only
you.
you always gotta follow the money. Always follow the money.
And I definitely don't want to get off into that, but I guarantee you, if you people was to start looking off into stuff like that, it'll probably fall exactly like what you said. But I was expecting for a lot of people, more of our UAW brothers and sisters to come in and join us. I definitely think we hit on, most of the points that we were looking to hit on. I definitely want to hit on one more point before we end this. We definitely had a UA brother, and I don't want to get his name wrong, because this is the time of the year where a lot of people commit suicide. We just lost. His name was Vincent Rucker, who just lost his life, and I believe he was indefinitely laid off. I believe he come from a family who worked in the auto industry for years. His folks work, and give me your opinion, give me your thoughts on what you think. How this is affecting the workers. You have people, losing their lives over these layoffs, these cuts, and give me your opinion on that.
Well, the one thing I can say is it is tough, but you gotta have faith in something. And if it is not God, then find you something that or someone that you trust and that you are able to talk about your feelings. You never know how somebody can help you if you don't open your mouth. And, just like you said, there are hardships out here. It will get better. This is not the end of the world. It's a shame and it feels like it because a lot of us felt like we would retire from this company. But the one thing
Exactly.
I do understand about the auto industry is it is never a for sure thing. It used to be. It's not anymore because it's being used as a political pawn
Exactly.
now. So this too is too much greed in there. But I want to say that one thing that you can do, because we always want to end with some possible solutions, is we got to realize that we can have a class action lawsuit against the Lannings because they are violating our rights in many different ways. And so if you feel like your rights have been, what is in the policy book has been violated as far as you're concerned, and you can prove it, you have it in writing, you have a voice recording, whatever you have, you can reach out to Damon and we can put your name on a list because there's definitely a lawsuit. And if they leave us high and dry, then yeah, we should too.
Yeah. And I definitely want to give my condolences to the family of Vincent Rucker. And it's like LaShawn said, and like I was saying, there's other avenues that you pay your dues for hardship. So look into other avenues like that, before you make any dramatic decisions. It's not the end of the world. You know, like LaShawn said, the auto industry has its ups and downs. It's not like how it was maybe 30, 40 years ago when your grandfather and your grandmother may have worked that job and worked at that one plant, their entire life. I've been at this is my second plant that I've been at this far, and I probably will be going to another plant, after this. So definitely look for other avenues and options. Not crafts, but different type of what's the word that I'm looking for? Um,
Yeah, what?
not crafts, but different other avenues you can look for, like within the company. Wow, trades, yeah, different trades and stuff like that. So yeah,
Hmm.
for the guys, look for different trades. Girls, there's always other avenues like nursing. A lot of women go to nursing school or go back to school. School is another option for people. So it's other options. It's not the end of the world. So like I said, I definitely want to give my condolences out to the family of Vincent Rucker. So yeah, it's definitely been I wish a lot of more people would have joined into the conversation. We hit on a lot of great points, that a lot of people can take and go for. So if you have anything else to add, LaShawn, you can add. If not, we can go ahead and close out.
Well, I just want to say that I'm going to pray, and I think we all should pray,
Most
that we
definitely.
come out of this unscathed. This is a learning experience, and hopefully going forward, whatever we decide to do, or whatever we, make money off of, that we start saving our money and using it in a more responsible way. I'm talking to myself as well.
Yeah,
So let's just be smart with our money, and and just pray for each other.
yeah, most definitely, and I'm second to that. Definitely we need to pray for each other, keep up each other accountable. And just try to hold each other down. We're definitely all going through this together. It's not we're not individual out. We are brothers and sisters. So let's just try to make the best of a bad and horrible situation. I would have liked it to hear a lot of more people's opinions and thoughts. I reached out to a lot of people. A lot of people reached out on Facebook, but we still did the show. Like I said, LaShawn, we hit a lot of great points. So people will be able to see this and go forward. And we'll definitely probably do another show after this. On the same exact topic after we put this out. But like I
And
said,
check on your people. Check on your people.
yeah, definitely check
Check
on
on
your
your people.
people. Yeah, and one thing we did not talk about that we said we were going to talk about was the employee leasing. You know,
Oh
um,
yeah,
the
they
employee leasing.
saved them. They saved them.
Yeah, it
They
definitely
saved
saved
them.
the company. They made profit. They already announced it. It was, I believe, they made
Yeah.
9 billion already. I believe up to thus far to
What
this year.
what else were they gonna do with all those cars? What
Right.
else? And
And
now
then they
people
laid
are
all
out
these
of work,
people
and
out.
and
Exactly.
then now they stuck with this car note. And even though the car note is not as much as it could be, people got like the works on some of their cars,
Yeah.
and they're paying $900 a month, and that is a lot. But I don't feel like all of it is the union's fault. Sometimes I feel like it's our fault too, because we so quick to jump for stuff. And sometimes you have to just take a minute and sit back and think, like, is this the smartest thing to do
Right.
with so many rumors going on about this job? Which is
Yeah, I
why I didn't
agree.
get one,
Yeah, well, that's definitely
because
going to be
I didn't want to be stuck.
right, and you made the right decision. That's definitely going to be another talk for another show, because a lot of people made that decision, and it's going to be a lot of people giving these cars back up that can't afford to keep these cars that's no longer working. So, but like I said, I don't have anything else to add. LaShawn, let everybody know what you got going on.
And I'm still selling shea butter. Look, this is $6 one right here. So these are six. I got some 12 and I got some $20 jars. So you can reach out at glossshea butter.com, and get gloss with one S. So anytime.
Okay, okay. Definitely reach out to her. I tell you what, the linen is banging. I wear it almost every day. I get compliments everywhere I go. So it's all about supporting black owned businesses. That's what we're about, so definitely go out and support your girl. It's been another one. It's your boy Dame D,
And DJ Shawnee D.
and we are out. Peace.
Out. He's there.